Okay. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to this class on Z transforms, where where I had already sent you the relevant study material regarding unilateral Z transform. And in today's class, we are going to deal with the solution to difference equations. As it has already been mentioned previously, as I keep on repeating, you have differential equations. Okay, so you have differential equations and you use Laplace transform to find out. Okay, or Laplace transform is a tool in order to solve the differential equation. Next, in case of the discrete time signal, say x of n, say discrete time sequence or discrete time signal x of n. So once when you take the Z transform of a difference equation. So imagine you have a system and the system is being modeled in case of a difference equation, and that difference equation has to be analyzed using the Z transform approach. So whatever that we had discussed in the previous class was regarding the unilateral Z transform, and that unilateral Z transform which was there is considered for n greater than 0. Okay, so there we are going to consider for n greater than 0. So I already told you that you have an x of n as the discrete time sequence. The solution to any difference equation, the solution to any difference equation is obtained by taking the Z transform. By taking the Z transform. Okay, so now you know that you have a difference equation and it has to be analyzed by taking the Z transform. So keep one thing in mind very clearly. In case of any discrete time sequence, so any continuous time sequence, I'll write it as CT for continuous time sequence and DT for discrete time sequence. In order to analyze any continuous time sequence, you are modeling a system in case of the differential equations. In case of differential equation, and that differential equation uses a tool called as the Laplace transform approach, or the approach to solve a given differential equation for a continuous time system is by Laplace transform approach. And in the similar way, in case of discrete time sequence or discrete equations, you are going to have the difference equation, and that difference equation is solved by the Z transform approach. So you have difference equation that is directly modeled by the discrete time sequence, and that discrete time sequence is analyzed with respect to a difference equation, how we are going to model a system, and the tool which you will be using, or the technique what you will be using, is by the Z transform approach. Okay, so you know that x of z is a Z transform of x of n generally is a discrete time sequence, that is the Z transform x of z being written there. So if I want to have the solution to the difference equation, okay, so we may have the time delay sequence, and at the same time you may have the time advanced sequence. Okay, so you will be having the time delay sequence, and next one you will be having the time advanced sequence. So what you generally mean by it? So I'll be having a delay, say x of n, it is delayed by n naught. So this n naught, it might be 1, 2, 3 or 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so like that. In case of an advanced sequence, it is x of n plus n naught. So how you are going to take the Z transform? That is, to be specific, I'll be talking only about the unilateral Z transform here. Okay, so in order to find out the unilateral Z transform, so how we are going to have this approach is Z transform of x of n minus n naught. So how we are going to find out for a unilateral Z transform in case of the time shifting property. Okay, so you have to apply the time shifting property with respect to, okay, with respect to unilateral, I'll write it, with respect to unilateral Z transform, unilateral Z transform. So Z of x n minus n naught. Okay, so in case of the shifting property, while solving any difference equation, you are going to have, it is applied for a unilateral Z transform. So in case of a unilateral Z transform, how we are going to deal with it, right? So Z transform of x of n minus n naught, that would be equal to, okay, so you are taking the Z transform, so how it would look like, Z power minus n naught, okay, x of Z plus sigma n equals 1 to n naught x of minus n Z power minus n. Okay, so this is how you are going to write it, and you are going to have Z power minus n naught taken as a common factor. So this entire thing, what is there, it is x of Z plus sigma n is equal to 1 to n naught x of minus n Z power minus n for n naught greater than 0. Okay, this is how we are going to remember the time delay sequence when a unilateral Z transform is to be applied. So Z transform of x of n minus n naught, that would be equal to Z power minus n naught multiplied with x of Z plus sigma n equals 1 to n naught x of minus n into Z power minus n. So what happens when it is a causal sequence? Yeah, what happens when it is a causal sequence? If it is a causal sequence, if it is a causal sequence, what you are going to do? So in case of a causal sequence, how you can realize x of n being a causal sequence? So how you can realize this is, you are taking this term which is there, let me show it here, Z power minus n naught, okay, x of Z plus sigma n equals 1 to n naught x of minus n Z power minus n here. So the only term which is to be equated to 0 is this one. Okay, I'll equate this entire term to be equal to 0, because once I say this one to be a causal sequence, you will be having only the term which is there at the right hand side. So when I'm taking for n naught greater than 0, n naught maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So if I want to take it for n naught greater than 0, this term over here, that is x of minus n, that would be equal to 0 here, because I'm talking with respect to a causal sequence. If x of minus n equals 0, the entire term will be equal to 0 there. And for a causal sequence, I can write it again. For a causal sequence, okay, so Z transform of x of n, that is x of n being a causal sequence, that would be Z power minus n naught x of Z. Okay, this is how we are going to write it for a time delay sequence. Shifting property, in the shifting property, it is being delayed by n naught. So x of delay sequence. Okay, so this is how I can understand. And let me give n naught values for 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so for n naught equals 1, 2, 3 and 4, so what would be the time delay sequence? Okay, so time delay sequence, if I want to write it, I can write it as x of n minus 1. Okay, and if I want to apply the Z transform, that is Z transform of x of n minus 1, that would be equal to, so how you can write it as Z transform? Okay, so that would be Z inverse x of Z plus x of minus 1. So this is for x of n minus 1. So okay, this is n naught equals 1 there. Okay, n naught equals 1 here. So let me erase it. N naught equals 1. So x of n minus 2, that is Z transform of x of n minus 2. Okay, so how I can write it? So Z power minus 2 x of Z plus z inverse x of -1 plus x of -2. Okay, next, what do I need to do? And again, it would be n naught equals 2 here, x of n minus 3. That is z transform of x of n minus 3. Okay, if I want to write it, that would be z power minus 3. Okay, x of z plus z power minus 2. Okay, z power minus 2 x of minus 1 plus z inverse. Okay, x of minus 2 plus x of minus 3. Okay, so I'll be having this sequence over here, which is for n is equal to 2. I mean, sorry, n naught equals 1. This is n naught equals 2. This is n naught equals 3. So this is n naught equals 3 there. So this is the first delay sequence, second delay sequence, third delay sequence there. So this is for a time delay sequence. What I'll be considering, that is x of n minus 1, x of n minus 2, and x of n minus 3. Okay, so n naught value, as already I told you, this is how we are going to write it. So what was the general equation what I'll be using here is x of n minus n naught, that would be equal to z power minus n naught x of z plus sigma n equals 1 to n naught. Okay, I can write it here, n equals 1 to n naught. Okay, that is x of minus n z power minus n. Okay, so this is the sequence what I'll be using when n is equal to 1, z power minus 1 x of z plus n is equal to 1. Okay, n is equal to 1 to 1. I'll be writing it as x of minus 1, z, that is there itself. Okay, so I can write it like this, and z power minus 1 is there. So this one, which is already there. Okay, so x of minus 1. Next, I'll be writing it for x of n minus 2, z power minus 2 x of z plus z inverse x of minus 1. Okay, so that's how we are going to write it for the given sequence there. I think it is z power n. Yeah, so n changed to n minus, yeah, that would be there. Okay, a slight correction here. So if n changing to n minus n, that would be z power n there. Okay, so this is how we are going to write it for z transform of x of n minus n naught. That would be equal to z power minus n naught x of z plus sigma n is equal to 1 to n naught. N naught would be 1. So I'll be taking the value as x of minus 1 there. Okay, so that would be already being written there, z power minus 1. Okay, so that is being eliminated here. So x of minus 1, okay, x of minus 2, x of minus 3, that is everything which would be equal to the initial conditions. Okay, so this would be equal to initial conditions. Okay, so this is how you can write it as a transform of x of n minus 1, x of n minus 2, x of n minus 3. Okay, so next one what I'll be dealing with is the time advanced sequence. The time advanced sequence. The time advanced sequence. As I already told you, x of n, that would be z transform of x of n, that would be x of z. Okay, so this is how you can write it. Now for a time advanced sequence, for a time advanced sequence, I'll be having x of n plus n naught. Okay, so if I want to take the z transform of x of n plus n naught, so what it would happen? Okay, so that would be z power n naught x of z minus sigma n is equal to 0 to n naught minus 1 x of n z power minus n. Okay, this is how the sequence would look like, and this is a given advanced sequence. So x of n plus n naught is a advanced sequence. Okay, x of n plus n naught, I'll be taking the z transform of it, and this would be the equation is equal to 0, x of n, this is the minus sign here, x of n z power minus n, n naught minus 1. So it is being delayed here, like x of z which was already there, so you are taking the negative of it. Okay, so now let us take n naught for 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let me see for how many positive values for n naught greater than 0. Okay, for n naught greater than 0, what would be the advanced sequence would look like? Okay, so x of n plus 1, that would be z transform of x of n plus 1. Okay, so what I would like to do here is I'll be taking in the value of n naught equals 1. Okay, so that is z x of z minus z into x of 0. Okay, so that's how we are going to write it. And next, x of n plus 2, that is z transform of x of n plus 2. So how we are going to write it? We are going to write it as z squared x of z minus z squared x of 0 minus z x of 1. Okay, that's how we are going to write it. Okay, so next, x of n plus 3, that would be z transform of x of n plus 3. So that is z cube x of z, okay, minus z cube x of 0 minus z squared x of 1 minus z into x of 0 there. So for all these values, the advanced sequence would look like this, that is x of n plus 1, x of n plus 2 and x of n plus 3. Okay, advanced signal for n naught 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so these are the given sequences how it would look like, that is x of n plus 2, x of n plus 3, how it would look and how it would act, where you will be having the positive values of n naught, that is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so let us solve one simple problem related to the difference equation, how it would be like considering the delay signals. Okay, so this is how the question would look like. Solve the difference equation. Solve the difference equation. Solve the difference equation using Z transform method. Using Z transform method for n greater than equal to 0. Okay, so how it would look like? So this is solve the difference equation using the Z transform method for n greater than 0. So this is where you will be analyzing it as a unilateral Z transform. Okay, so you'll be analyzing it as unilateral Z transform. Okay, so we are going to have the difference equation written like this: x of n minus 2 minus 9 into x of n minus 1 plus 18 into x of n. So that would be equal to 0. Okay, remember one thing, x of n is the input here, but there will be another input which is there on the right hand side of this difference equation also. Okay, so this is the difference equation. So you have to solve this difference equation using the Z transform approach, and in the problem itself they would have been clearly mentioned for n greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so let me go step by step. Okay, Z transform of x of n minus 2. If I want to apply the Z transform to the equation 1, Z transform of x of n minus 2, how you can write it? Okay, so if I want to write it, that would be Z power minus 2 times x of z plus z inverse x of minus 1, okay, plus x of minus 2. I haven't mentioned the initial conditions where the problem would extend like this, where the initial conditions are x of minus 1, that would be equal to 1, x of minus 2, that would be equal to 9. Okay, so next, Z transform of x of n minus 1. Okay, so now how it would look like? It would be Z inverse x of z plus x of minus 1. Okay, next, Z transform of x of n, that would be generally x of z here. Okay, so this is how it would look like, and you can use the delayed sequence. These are said to be the time delay sequences, okay, which can be used in the equation 1 here. Okay, so x of n minus 2, that would be z power minus 2 x of z plus z inverse x of minus 1, d inverse x of minus 1 plus x of minus 2. Okay, so what I would do here is, if I take the z transform of x of n minus 1, so 9 is there here, so minus 9 z inverse, okay, next minus 9 sorry, this is minus here, minus 9 x of minus 1, okay, plus 18 x of z, that would be equal to 0. Okay, so now I have this equation. Let me group the terms here. Okay, I think yes, x of z is there. Okay, so 9 z inverse into x of z. Okay, this one is to be multiplied with x of z here. Yes, z power minus 2 minus 9 z inverse plus 18, which is there, and it is to be multiplied with x of z. Okay, so keep the initial conditions in mind, that is x of minus 1 equals 1, x of minus 2 equals 9. Okay, so this term here, x of minus 1, that would be equal to 1, and here this one, which is x of minus 2, that would be equal to 9. Okay, so now what I can do here is, I can have z inverse x of minus 1. Okay, so I can write it as plus z inverse. Okay, next what I would like to do here is x of minus 2, that is there, that is plus 9 minus x of minus 1, that is minus 9 plus 0, that would be equal to 0. I think I can leave this also. Okay, yeah, that would be equal to 0. So minus 9 and plus 9 get cancelled. Okay, so what I'll be doing here is, I can directly write x of z to be minus z inverse divided by z power minus 2 minus 9 z inverse plus 18. Okay, so I can write it like this as x of z. I can write this one to be x of z, that is equal to minus z inverse divided by z power minus 2 minus 9 z inverse plus 18. Okay, so x of z, that would be equal to minus 1 divided by z divided by 1 divided by z squared minus 9 divided by z plus 18. Okay, so now what I can do here is minus 1 by z into z squared divided by 1 minus 9z plus 18 z squared. Okay, so z gets cancelled, that is minus z divided by 18 z squared minus 9z plus 1. Okay, so that is x of z. So x of z would be minus z divided by 18z squared minus 9z plus 1. Okay, so this is how you can do this for x of z. Okay, so now I'll be using this x of z by partial fraction method to find out what is x of n. By using partial fraction method, okay, I can find x of z to be minus z divided by 18z squared minus 9z plus 1. Okay, so I can have a calculator, I can do it, and I can find out the roots. But using the partial fraction method, so keep in mind that x of z by z minus 1 divided by, you need to take 18 as a common factor. I'll write it as minus 1 by 18 here, z squared minus 9 by 18 is 0.5 z plus 1. Okay, so z squared minus 0.5 z would be the polynomial of the denominator. Okay, I need to resolve this into by partial fraction method. So by using partial fraction expansion method, okay, I'll write it as by using the partial fraction expansion method. So x of z by z, I can write it over here. So what I can do is minus 1 by 18 divided by z squared minus 0.5 z plus 1. That would be equal to a divided by, I need to resolve it, or I need to find the roots of it, that is z minus, okay. So what is the like the roots which are there, you can use it via a calculator and you can find out. And what is the roots of it is minus 1 by 3, z minus 1 by 3 plus b divided by z minus 1 by 6. Okay, so that's how you are going to find out the roots of the given denominator polynomial which is expressed in z. So this is the denominator polynomial. Okay, so that's how you are going to find out the denominator polynomial. It is minus 1 by 18 divided by z squared minus 0.5 z plus, that is 1 divided by 18, that is a divided by z minus 1 by 3 plus b divided by z minus 1 by 6. Okay, so I have this polynomial, I can write it as minus 1 by 18, that would be equal to a times z minus 1 divided by 6 plus b times z minus 1 by 3. Okay, so in order to find out a, what you would like to do, minus 1 by 18, that is divided by z minus 1 by 6, z equals 1 by 3, b equals minus 1 by 18 divided by, okay, so b, what I would like to do, so that is z minus 1 by 3, and you will be taking z equals 1 by 6. Okay, so this is what you are going to do. Okay, so for a is equal to this one, and you are going to find out the value of a, that is, I think it is minus 1 by 3. Okay, I think it is minus 1 by 3, and b would be 1 by 3. Okay, so you are going to replace the values of a and b in the above expression. So the value of a would be minus 1 by 3, then the value of b would be 1 by 3 here. Okay, so now what I would like to do is, I can take x of z by z, the value of a is minus 1 by 3 divided by z minus 1 by 3, z minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3, which is positive value of b, z minus 1 by 6. Okay, so x of z, that would be equal to minus 1 by 3, that is z divided by z minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 z divided by z minus 1 by 6. Okay, so now taking the inverse z transform. Okay, so taking the inverse z transform, I'll be having x of n, that would be minus 1 by 3, that is 1 by 3 power n u of n. Okay, plus 1 by 3, that is 1 by 6 power n u of n. Okay, so I'll be having x of n, which will be equal to minus 1 by 3. Okay, and 1 by 3 power n plus 1 by 3 times 1 by 6 power n. I think the whole expression can be multiplied with u of n. Okay, so this is how you can obtain the discrete sequence x of n from x of z. Okay, so x of z, from x of z I can obtain the x of n term. Okay, so this is how you can write the given expression, and from x of z you can resolve it into partial fractions, and before getting the partial fractions you need to take the initial conditions into picture there. So this is the initial conditions, I'll write it as IC for initial conditions, and you have to substitute it, and this is a delayed sequence which is there mentioned in the difference equation. So taking the z transform by unilateral z transform, okay, I'll write it as unilateral z transform. I can write it as z transform for these delayed sequences as x of n minus 2 and x of n minus 1 is said to be the delayed sequence there. Okay, so what I can do here is, you can go through the approach once and you can proceed to the next problem. Okay, so let me proceed to the next problem here. Yes, so you have to solve the difference equation by the following method. Second problem, where it would be an advanced signal in the problem. advanced signal which is there in the problem. Okay, solve the following solve the following difference equation. Solve the following difference equation using the Z transform method. Using the Z transform method for n naught or n greater than or equal to 0. X of n plus 2 plus 3 times x of n plus 1 plus 2 times x of n, that would be equal to 0. Okay, so this is how you can do it, and where the initial conditions are x of 0 equals 0 and x of 1 equals 1. Okay, so as I already told you, Z transform of x of n, that would be equal to x of z there. Okay, so now the Z transform of the delayed sequences, let me write down here: Z transform of x of n plus 2, Z transform of x of n plus 1. Okay, we know that Z transform of x of n is said to be x of z there. Okay, so now the advanced sequences are written like this. That would be z squared x of z minus z squared x of 0 minus z into x of 1. X of n plus 1, that would be z into x of z minus z into x of 0. Okay, so x of 0 is said to be 0. Let me write down here itself, it is 0. Okay, so that would be z squared x of z minus z into what is x of 1? That is minus z. X of 1 value which is said to be 1 here. Okay, so that is z into x of z. Okay, so now let me replace it in the above difference equation as it is: x of n plus 2, that is z squared into x of z minus z plus 3z into x of z plus 2 into x of z, that would be equal to 0. Okay, so z squared plus 3z plus 2, that would be x of z, that would be equal to z. X of z would be z divided by z squared plus 3z plus 2. Okay, so I can have this expression: x of z would be z divided by z squared plus 3z plus 2. Okay, so that is x of z divided by z, that would be equal to 1 divided by 3z squared, 3z z squared plus 3z plus 2. Okay, so I can write this one to be 1 divided by z plus 2 into z plus 1, or I can write as z plus 1 into z plus 2. I can resolve it into partial fraction as 1a divided by z plus 1 plus b divided by z plus 2 over here. Okay, so now how I can write this one as x of z by z, that would be equal to a divided by z plus 1 plus b divided by z plus 2. Okay, so this is how I can resolve it into partial fraction. Okay, and I can get the values of a and b. Okay, so I'll leave this step to you, where you will be finding out the value of a and b. I have found out to be a equals 1 and b is equal to minus 1 there. Okay, so that's how you are going to find out the values of a and b, and you can substitute it in the given thing or the given function over there. So that would be the expression what you can write, and you can find out the final expression. So I'll give this problem to Madhushri, who can complete it, and she can share the answer in the upcoming class. Okay, so with this note, let me give another problem where they can solve it and they can let me know the answer. Solve the following difference equation. Solve the following difference equation using the Z transform method. Using the Z transform method. Using the Z transform method for n greater than or equal to 0. So you can identify that it is a unilateral, is a unilateral Z transform. Okay, 2 times x of n minus 2 minus 3 times x of n minus 1 plus x of n, that would be equal to 3 power n minus 2. Okay, where the initial conditions are, where the initial conditions are x of minus 1 equals minus 1 by 3, x of minus 2 equals minus 4 by 9. Okay, so this is the given difference equation where you would be calling it, and these are the initial conditions that has been prescribed, x of minus 1 and x of minus 2. Okay, so these are the two initial conditions which are being given, and the difference equation is given, and you have to solve it by unilateral Z transform and considering the time delay sequences. Both the sequences x of n minus 1 and x of n minus 2, which is said to be the delayed sequences, and you have to solve it by the unilateral Z transform. Okay, I can solve this one, but I'll give it to Purnima. She can solve it and she can let me know the answer. Okay, so let me stop today's class. Okay, let me stop today's class here, and meanwhile, if there are any doubts, okay, if there are any doubts, feel free to let me know. Okay, so in the next class we'll be discussing more about the Z transforms, and we'll solve few more problems which are there, and we'll be winding up with Z transforms. Okay, so meanwhile let me stop recording.